Grant Ramey, Rob Lewis, in the bowels of Lucas Oil Stadium, the Exterior Home Solutions Fast Break.
I think we're not far from where Urban Meyer once ate a sad piece of pizza on a golf
right
cart,
over there.
If you remember that.
Right over there. What a night for Tennessee, Grant. 78-65, Sweet 16 win over Kentucky. And, man, I mean, a lot of stuff stood out. But to me, my biggest takeaway, you don't see it a lot in sports. The biggest stage, the biggest moment, Tennessee might have played its best game.
Yeah, I came into this game, I kept thinking about that Florida game in Knoxville and how mad Tennessee was going into that game based on how Florida treated them the first time around in Gainesville. And it felt like this team plays really well when it's pissed off. And I think they came into this game pissed off, thinking about that regular season sweep and what everybody had said about Kentucky and Tennessee leading up to this and all that stuff and the rivalry and, all that stuff. But for them to play the way they did, start to finish, just dismantle Kentucky. There's really never any moments of big concern once Tennessee built that lead. Kentucky chipped into it a few times, but Tennessee answered on both ends. It was wild to watch, but, man, Tennessee was a better basketball team for a full 40 minutes, erased whatever people were thinking about from the regular season.
Yeah, that to me, they shut tremendous amount of pressure, the biggest stage the sport has to offer.
Right.
And they delivered. I mean, and you said all night, and it was all night.
Right.
They started great. They were up by 15 at halftime. You knew Kentucky was going to pour whatever they had in those first 4 minutes.
Right.
And Tennessee didn't let it happen.
There was an Ortega-Oweh corner three where he was open, and if he hits it, he gets the lead back down to 10, the deficit down to 10. And anytime he gets back close to single digits, you kind of start thinking maybe this is the run.
And the Kentucky fans were every time we got close.
Right.
They were there.
This is Indy. They hadn't been here in 6 years to the second weekend, and you knew it was going to be a home game. But Tennessee just answered. I mean, I thought Felix was great in the post. Tennessee led by 19 in the first half, and Chaz was taken away. Was out of that game.
Chaz had 6 points.
Right. When you're up 19 and Chaz, your star from the first weekend hasn't really done anything. You've played a complete game. I mean, Zakai was Zakai. I mean, that's a classic Zakai game. Jordan Gainey continues to hit the mid range and play really well off the bench. Cade Phillips was everywhere.
And I'll tell you, Felix is coming on.
Igor rebounded the ball away. Everybody, the rebound numbers to out-rebound them by 10, to dominate offensive
14-7 on the offensive boards.
Second chance points were like 20.
And Tennessee had a few turnovers there late, but really, with about 4 minutes left to go, they had 5 in the game, which was, phenomenal. I can't really say enough about their poise. And just the maturity they showed coming in here, your biggest rival, they swept you twice. There's so many storylines, national television, you've never been to a Final Four. And they were just unflappable. And I think a lot of that is probably Zakai, but, everybody. D-Stone gets in the game.
Right. Played huge. Huge minutes.
Big minutes. Played 13 minutes, made a 3, had an offensive putback, a rebound. You just can't really poke any holes in what Tennessee got done out there.
No, and in past tournaments, you always wonder when that run's going to come and how Tennessee's going to handle it. Second round last year, that was a war with Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't comfortable until the game was over.
Yeah.
This time around, UCLA, they weren't coming back and winning that game in the second half. And when Tennessee got up by 19 with the level of defense they were playing, how are you going to outscore Tennessee by 19 when they're that defensive-minded?
It was over. Everybody's going to point to it, but it was over for me. Felix dunk, Zakai steal in the backcourt, three-pointer, and that's your one shining moment.
Yep. And that's Chaz falling down on the baseline, getting up to deflect the pass that ends up going to Zakai. He hits that 3. He gets chest to chest with Brandon Garrison and just stares him down. He stared up, but that was the moment. And then they had to get separated under the basket one time when Amari Williams fell on Jordan Gainey. And Chaz comes over to break it up, and he's laughing while he's breaking it up because they're probably up 15 or whatever. And Zakai just points at the scoreboard. It was that kind of night for Tennessee.
It was a great night for Tennessee. It was a great night for Tennessee fans. And with Kentucky going home, Grant, I'm going to be really interested to see what the demographics in this building are on Sunday afternoon.
And talking to Tennessee players in the locker room, Zakai said he watched that Elite Eight game from last year probably 20 or 30 times. Not because it was just Purdue, because it was an Elite Eight. They had a chance to go Final Four. They lost. They didn't play well down the stretch in a close game. Igor Milicic said, getting to an Elite Eight is not a championship, and they haven't done anything yet. So it feels like the mindset, it's not like an emotional win where you drop off. It feels like they know, they got a lot to do.
I agree. And we've said it before we read it, but I just can't. The experience of having been here in this exact same scenario last year, I think is really, really valuable for these guys.
There's no Zach Edey on the other side.
No Zach Edey.
If it's Houston, obviously an elite team with a ton of defense and a ton of offense too.
And if it's Purdue, you're going to be playing.
And if it's Purdue, you're going to play in a road game. You're going to play again pissed off and motivated like they were tonight. But it's crazy. 2 Elite Eights in back-to-back years. Third 30-win season in program history. Third Elite Eight.
It's incredible. What a time to be a Tennessee fan, any sport.
Yep.
He's Grant Ramey. I'm Rob Lewis. This is the Exterior Home Solutions Fast Break on Volquest.com. Tons more coverage on the site.